Is that you furiously typing?
No,
it's
it's
me.
Phillips.
Alright,
Hang on
Phillips, please. Please,
Okay.
my man.
Please,
Kind of
please
pissed
go
off
to
about
the
boots
center,
aren't
ladder.
shiny. I feel like I'd have shiny
I
boots.
don't.
Get yourself.
Thompson, can you go to the front of company, please?
Thanks.
This is not the front.
Thompson, as in like very front.
Yeah, Thompson, you're like highest. Sorry.
Read.
The acting lance bombardier, yeah.
Fire take
What do I do?
place in the company.
Barker, can you also go to the very front? Thank you.
Very, very front.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, have I not resigned
okay.
yet? Alright, company, study up, nerds.
Fire, you okay? You alright?
That's my bit.
Line's a fucking banana.
Yeah, we don't. We'll just get it done, then. Get it done.
Yeah.
Take
Like
Thompson's place.
Right. With recruits, we've done module 1 today. We've done pretty well. Powell, Gallagher, Fisher all passed their rifle range first time. Cromwell did get it second time, and all are good. They didn't have any questions. We got through it quite well. All in all, module 1 went pretty damn well. Bottom, how's it from you?
Hi, good, thank you.
Okay, right. Time to go. No. Any points you want to bring from your debrief to kind of to myself or to everyone else?
Yep. There was a few times that was blue on blue from infantry to infantry, then RAF to infantry, then infantry to RAF. So it wasn't very common, but it was common enough to make a note where the Brent started firing at a P-39 flying over. Excuse me. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat.
Only a frog?
Yeah. Oh, it's still there. I'm fucking. Give me a second. I need a glass of water. Pass it to someone else.
Right, someone else, let me know what's happening.
To expand on the RAF, blue and blue.
Yep.
They fucking sprayed down our entire section.
Right. Why did that happen? What was the cause?
Obviously, we were on Recce, moving south, I believe, from that objective that we were holding. We came across a pad gun, and then we obviously went to take it out in a section attack. We took it out, and we're securing it. There's an officer we're trying to capture as well, but we got control of the whole area, and the RAF maybe saw the pad gun, and they just they fired on it. I guess this could have been avoided if they asked for permission by radio to engage, because then our man with the radio could tell them that's friendlies. But that's just what I think.
There's obviously also then telling where the RF, this is our updated location, blah blah blah, and kind of just communication there between the two to improve. Any points you want to make from RAF about that?
Yeah, we were told they were taking armored fire somewhere. They didn't know location. We saw Bren's firing into that tree line, and we saw the pack gun, and obviously what was their platoon around it. So we went and strafed that, and then, well, that's that.
Yeah, it seems like it was more a circumstance of unfortunate timing.
The defensive zone, though.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because our guys were just about to go on a recce patrol. They spotted it, they assaulted it, and it was like split seconds before you guys were strafing it.
Right. Okay. So avoidable, but it's not too bad that it happened. It's understandable why it happened.
Only Sledge died, to be fair, but
damn Sledge.
It was a big loss, though. It was a big loss, Sledge.
The biggest loss.
Yeah.
He is the main guy.
ARMA, I'll have you know.
Oh god.
What, you
New
mean
nickname.
Sledge
Okay.
specific?
I thought nicknames were going to be shorter than the actual name itself.
Yep. Shout out to my boy Rainbow Six Siege operator. Yeah. Anyway, well, that's pretty much like the only bad points. Like other than the, like I said, the infantry blue on blue, which was the result of a accidental miss PID. That the paratrooper Denison smocks were the SS Autumn Leaf over smocks. You know what I mean? You know those guys.
Yeah.
People falsely PID'd those the Denizen smocks as those smocks, which they look really similar from a distance of like 300 meters. And they fired on friendlies. The AT gun blasted, and I think there was only a result of what? How many casualties from that? Were like 5, maybe 3. 3. Okay. And that was the only time we had an infantry blue on blue. And that was like half because the missed PID and half because I didn't go running around and telling everybody, hey, this section's going on like recce patrol up beyond the wire. I thought it was kind of obvious, but it's clear from that point on forwards. I kind of just ran around screaming whenever a section was going beyond the wire, and then no more friendly fires happened.
Right, okay.
And we did have one circumstance of one individual who knows who he is, who a German came up with hands up, and he blasted him as guys were going out to arrest him.
Right, okay.
And that's it. Everything else was extremely positive. I was extremely happy with people's knowledge of the bunny ears, foxholes. Which, you know,
Yep.
for any of the new guys who didn't know about them, the guys in the sections clearly taught them because they were fucking everywhere, and because they were absolutely everywhere and pretty well spaced out. We rarely took any fucking casualties from enemy fire. Like, they were just more effectively placed. It was only when we had the friendly fire circumstances and the enemy when our guys went on fucking recce patrol, and when a 20 mil walked on top of our position due to some guy going AFK. But this was like accidental, like it was a bad circumstance. He went AFK at the wrong time. He did tell someone to watch his sector, but it was unfortunate. That guy had a lot of sector to cover. He missed him.
Right, okay. With some of the bunniers, I think some of them were pre-placed, but if some of them were made anyway, then point
Yeah,
still
some
stands.
of them were pre-placed with the AI, but you could tell which ones were the pre-placed ones because they had dead AI in it, and there was ones that were all about that didn't have AI, so I could tell there was a lot that were placed.
Anything from RF?
Yeah, we had a lot of gun runs called in, and for the most part, they're pretty ineffective. Like, for example, I say we probably have a fire density of like 1 round per 5 meters squared. Like, when we took us straight for that pack run and the small group of guys next to it, I probably put 200 rounds there. 1 guy went down. That the calling guns on just a huge stretch of tree line is just a waste of ammunition.
Comment. There were only 2 of us when we stripped that pack gun because our Bren group was a bit behind. Obviously, you know, the Bren group was suppressing the pack gun while we flanked it from the right, so it was only me and Sledge right on top of it. But I
Okay,
almost died.
well,
yeah.
the point still stands. It's pretty ineffective.
You see, because if that was actual enemy players, that would have been 100% effective. Because 50 cal suppress the fucking shit out of people when you're firing them like that.
Yeah.
In terms of AI, I did see quite a few times when we did call you in that you were having an effect. It wasn't much, but like I said, in the circumstances that these were actual players, they would have been 100% super effective. I think the only reason that they weren't so effective is because this is AI, and AI don't react to fucking you smashing them.
Yeah.
Which is a big shame.
I completely agree.
So I wonder how, like, after the debrief, after this parade, we should talk about how we can effectively utilize you guys against AI. What better tactics we could use for calling in gas, beyond just like getting used to drop bombs and then run back to base and drop bombs, run back to base. If there's any other alternate options.
Yeah, especially to keep you in the actual area for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But all to be discussed. Anything from anybody else? Open floor. Any comments, questions, whatever.
How's the recruits?
Recruits are good. In terms of stuff coming up, Saturday will be Okinawa again. Post should go out probably tomorrow or Tuesday. Orders probably out a few days after that. We've actually got Guardtong Division in its entirety joining us now. It's not just going to be those tankers. Their entire group will be coming along. 2 are Anglian also still going to come along in their minority. There will be a training session on the Sunday. This is going to be module 2 for recruits to get them jump certified, and also will be a JNCO training for anyone who needs it, or a refresher. They're kind of coming on. Obviously, Okinawa will continue, and still planning some of the Sundays coming up. We've got about 3 groups, I think, interested in joint ops with us, which are kind of in the works right now. And we're just trying to get as much information, etc., about that. I believe that's it. Anything from anyone else before we leave?
I think the glider could have gone better.
Yeah, the glider stuff not working at the start was kind of a hindrance on time, plus TeamSpeak, which added about 15 to 20 minutes extra start time, which was annoying because we were ready to go. But I want to congratulate everyone on the amazing ability, even just through text chat, to just fucking get organized like we did, because we were ready to go and jump as soon as the TeamSpeak came back.
I don't know what the actual problem with the TeamSpeak is. I've been in talks with the provider, and we're trying to gather data on why some of the packet loss randomly increases. We will be.
Philip, stop.
It's not near my keyboard. I'm trying not to fucking
Push the
Mute your
talk
mic.
back. It's fucking been going in my ear for 5 minutes. I'm gonna get
With the actual TeamSpeak, probably just going to move it over to the other server if it continues, because it's, even though it hasn't crashed in a year, it's still annoying that it has. Carrick, you said you were going to have a point?
No, that was my point. Sorry.
Okay. Lastly, before we go, anything? Right, cool. Barker, come over, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, These other 2 animations are way more not smooth for Parade. I don't enjoy. Thank you very much. All right. Let's go home.
Right.
Going to
Officers
that
follow.
man's going to fuck his wife.
Officers follow. Oh hell yeah! See ya, mate. I'm
Whoa,
I'm
running
leaving.
on the parade
I'm
squad?
leaving.
Whoa.
Alright, boys, when I dismiss you, you're gonna go into that direction, to be clear. As detailed, dismissed.
Alright, turn.
Pledge, don't turn off your game. We'll sort out your XML.
No, running on a parade square.